Hey everyone, Brad here. If you're watching this video, that means the French Grand Prix has happened. I've managed to somehow make it to Portugal, do a 6-hour kart race and watch the race afterwards, and fingers crossed this is being released on time the following day. Now, apologies for the quality of this video. I'm sure it won't be anything like what we normally do from my proper computer behind me here. I will have had to edit this video on my phone, but rest assured for the next video we'll be back to the usual quality in a couple of weeks' time. But for now, let me throw to future Brad, who is hopefully sitting comfortably on a sofa somewhere in Portugal, having just won the Nations Cup. Let's find out. So thank you, past Brad, for that introduction. We're here in Portugal at our villa, having just completed the first individual day of the Kart World Championship at Cartódromo do Viana. There's an annoying dog barking over there, so I'm going to try and walk away from that. I'm going to try and answer some of your questions. So the first one was comment on the Guan Yu Zhou, or Zhou Guan Yu, versus Schumacher incident. Now, I didn't actually see this on the coverage. I was watching the highlights. That's all I really got to see was the highlights. But that was just a pretty simple case of Zhou defending, being a little bit tight on the inside and then losing the rear, so it's quite a bit of a slam dunk. Let me set you up on a tripod just here. Then we had the Perez versus Russell incident, so that was the next thing. Oh, I should probably tell you how the Nations Cup went, because past Brad said that I'd say something about it. It went badly in qualifying, and then we gained 20 positions in the race, but the first kart wasn't good enough to do anything. Anyway, okay, so I've just watched the Russell-Perez move a bunch of times, and I really have to say it looks like Russell doesn't have enough room to actually complete the move. It looks like he goes down the inside, Perez squeezes him, which he has every right to do, and then Russell has to force Perez off to actually complete the move. Wow, the sun here is bright. Let's go ask one of the other drivers here their opinion on some of these incidents, because I know Ramon has a little bit of an opinion, and Ramon won a race today at the Kart World Championship, so he has probably a decent opinion. Ramon, what was your opinion? Shush, shush, yappy dog. Ramon, what was your opinion on that? You're going to ruin my video. Your opinion on the Perez-Russell incident?
I mean, for me, they both did whatever they had to do. I mean, Russell tried to outbrake Perez. Perez was always in front before the apex, so it's pretty clear. Russell tried to run wide Perez, but Perez was always in front. So Perez avoiding the hit was good. Then not giving the position back was good. So for me, it was fair and good. They both tried their best, and Perez came out on top. So for me, it's fair from both sides.
Yeah, cool. I think I agree. And last thing, before I jump in the pool, this is obviously a very, very different Through the Visor episode. This is just trying to get something out to you guys because I promised I would. Shush, yappy dog. Leclerc's mistake. How bad a mistake was it?
Well, we'll see at the end of the championship. Really, it's a very long championship. The problem is Ferrari are accumulating their mistakes one after the other consistently. So it's either Leclerc or Ferrari. So we'll see at the end. If they miss points, they cannot really blame Leclerc for one mistake when they've lost him more than 70 points already. So, but I think it's one too many with such a high competitiveness, to be honest.
And the actual error itself, it didn't look like anything dramatic to me, just a little bit too much speed, like carrying a tiny bit too much speed, running a tiny bit wide onto the dirt, and then the rear end loops around. And once it starts to go, very, very little he could do. It just seems to be a bit unfortunate that at Paul Ricard, a track where there's a lot of runoff, he managed to find the barriers at such a kind of low, sluggish, lazy spin kind of a speed. But anyway, yeah, the race wasn't, from the highlights I saw out here, I was watching them. In fact, I was sitting right here by our pool watching the highlights, and it didn't seem like the most exciting race ever. I'm going away from this dog. Thank you very much for sending in your questions, and we'll obviously be back to a normal Through the Visor episode next week. Before I go, Johnny Elliott, Team M4MGB, teammate, what was your opinion of the Grand Prix? You didn't even see it, did you?
No.
Didn't see it?
I've heard it was very exciting.
No, it wasn't very exciting. No, so. And there we go. Right, guys, see you next week for a normal Through the Visor, and apologies for the yappy dog. and for the kind of weird haphazard version we've had this time. But from Portugal at the Kart World Championship, I've been Brad. I'm a bit sunburned and I need to go jump in the pool before tomorrow's race. Oh, I didn't tell you how we did today. First day of individual competition, and Ramon, who you just saw, won a race. I got a P6 with my teammate Sean, who also got a podium. Earlier in the day he got a P3, and Johnny had a couple of terrible karts and he was like around the fringes of the top 10. But we've got another 4 more days of individual competition, so we'll see if we can get some wins and podiums then. See you later, guys. This video is sponsored by LapSnap. LapSnap is an app for Android or iOS devices which is designed to help you make the most of your AIM lap timer or GPS-enabled GoPro. Whether you're a top-line kart racer looking to maximise the potential of your qualifying laps, or a track day driver who just wants to make the most of their day on circuit, LapSnap will help you find time you didn't even know was there, and all without the hassle of having to use a laptop. Efficiently identify areas to improve and compare your lap times with other users. Download the app for free today on your Android or iOS device, and if you decide you love the app as much as I do, use the link in the description for this video to get 20% off your first purchase.